Speaking of missing weight.
Speaking of missing weight, yeah. I knew you were going to read this.
Rafael Alves. Now, I've watched his fights before, and he's actually, prior to the UFC, he was actually, his fights were being shown on the Dana White's Looking for a Fight. And they were actually thinking of like having him on into the UFC. And later on, he actually has been inducted into the UFC. He missed weight by a dramatic amount, by 11.5 pounds. And that, to be honest, that 11.5 pounds is correct only by the limit, because the limit for, if it's a non-title fight, because they are fighting at 145, he has to make weight for 146. They allow 1 pound for the limit if it's a non-title bout. He missed it by 11.5 pounds, and his reasoning was bad salmon.
That's 5 kilos. That's 5 kilos worth of bad salmon.
Well, a lot of people were saying, I've never seen a guy miss 2 weight classes. Even if they fought at lightweight, he wouldn't be able to fight at lightweight.
Oh, that's
so he was meant to be at featherweight. He missed the featherweight cutoff, the lightweight cutoff.
He looked pretty upset.
He looked pretty upset, but let's be real, okay? Looking into it, he actually walks around about 190 pounds.
Oh,
that's an enormous cut. Mm-hmm. You're cutting what, 45 pounds?
Yeah.
20 kilos. That's ridiculous.
Oh no,
He was at lightweight, right? And he wanted to move down to featherweight. Perhaps he wanted a bigger size advantage.
Yeah.
That's not good. You can't expect your body to be really good.
Yeah.
Cutting 45 pounds. It's certainly. I mean, we know that. I think Jeff Neal cut something like 40, 50 pounds, something like that. That's insane.
Yeah, some fighters just go for that massive cut, and they do it constantly as well, and then it absolutely drains them.
I don't understand with Alves, because that's not. You couldn't make it once.
Yeah.
How could you expect it to make it for the rest of your career?
Yeah.
He said it was bad salmon, so he said that he had 2 more pounds left to cut, right? And the salmon had made him like vomiting and diarrhea and things like that.
Well, that would have made him lose more weight then.
I know, I was about to say that, bro, you're going to lose more weight that way. But, and he talked to his doctor, and his doctor told him to have a little bit of water, told him to have some water to flush out like the toxins and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, but you know exactly what's going to happen. And it is exactly what you would think. He drank a little bit of water, his body rebounded, being in starvation mode, in dehydration mode, and it just bumped up. And he said, soon you had a bit of water, my weight just fucking ballooned up. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. What I was thinking was,
by a bit, did you mean a whole gallon?
Well, the thing is, he was told to have a bit of water to flush it out. Now, you're not going to have a little bit of water just to flush everything out. You're going to have a decent amount of water to flush anything if it comes to food poisoning. The things I don't understand is, all right, so idea number 1, all right, if you only had 2 more pounds left to cut, why wouldn't you cut those 2 more pounds, then have the water and flush it out? Sounds like you took an easy route out. Number 2, I would say, why were you having salmon? Maybe don't have salmon, or who cooked the salmon? A lot of the fighters, when they're cutting weight, they don't actually cook their own food. They have the trifecta meals. They're made for them, the protein packs and everything. So how could you have bad salmon?
Yeah.
You know, you're cutting weight, you've most likely got a nutritionist and things like that. You should not be getting food poisoning.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
I don't understand this. It's not a rookie mistake, because he's been fighting for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want him to I don't think he's the type of guy who's just going to point fingers, you know what I mean? Or make careless decisions like that, or make it weak. He's not the kind of guy I think would actually even want to make excuses.
Yeah, the only reason why I know that Dana was okay about him, you know, not making weight was apparently in the lead up of the fight, Alves didn't know if he was given a 145 pound fight or a 155 pound fight. Knowing that though, that doesn't really make sense. If you don't know if it's a 145 or a 155 pound fight, why wouldn't you just cut weight anyway? Like, bring your diet down, make the water cut way easy on yourself, because you don't know. It's not like he got a 155-pound fight and it got swapped for a 145-pound. They went, oh shit. It wasn't like that. It was a maybe. So why wouldn't you be prepared for either? I don't know. I feel like he's done it to himself, and that's the greatest missed weight amount, 11.5 pounds in UFC history.
I know the fight was cancelled, but was he fined?
Hasn't been fined.
Okay. I think they might have to go through some sort of process or some sort of investigation and fine, because if you think about it, I feel sorry for his who was meant to fight Patrick Sabatini.
Yeah, Sabatini. Yeah.
And Sabatini's just probably pissed off.
I'm pretty sure Sabatini hadn't fought since 2019.
There
So
you
he was
go.